Hi! In this video, I'm going to show you how I pretended to be a designer and I made some reminder cards to remind me of my goals when I'm at my desk. So what are reminder cards? Nothing. It's a term I made up for cards that remind you of things. I recently learned that salespeople that work on commission actually make more money when they have a visual reminder of what they want to gain from their commissions. Like, let's say they want to make more money to get a house or a car, and if they have a picture of that thing that they want in front of them while they're working, they actually end up making more money. I think to reach big goals, you have to have a lot of little pushes, and reminders can help you push in those times when your goal isn't really top of mind. I've made a bunch of these over the years. Some of them have phrases, some of them have quotes. There's this one I have on my door and it has a Lord of the Rings quote on it. And one day I was like pacing around my house. I was stressed and I was feeling like really lost in my career. I didn't know where I was going. And I was just like pacing and pacing. And all of a sudden I see my door and I see the card and it just like hits me. It totally changed my perspective for that day. I'm not lost, I'm just wandering. It's cool. Before I get into my goals and into the actual reminder cards, I just want to explain why my goals are feelings. It's kind of based on this book, but not exactly. I just find that focusing on how I want to feel is more helpful than a very specific goal. My first goal for this year, it was actually to stay calm, but I'm really calm, so mission accomplished. But I decided to change this one or tweak it to being focused and getting things done. It's like calm, but focused. So I go on Unsplash and I start searching for stuff. If you don't know what Unsplash is, it's basically a website that has a bunch of free stock photography that's actually good. A bunch of photographers that are trying to get exposure go on here. And there's just a lot of really interesting and well done photography. So part of figuring out what my reminder card is going to be is looking through this and finding something that really actually reminds me of the goal and makes me act on it. I'm also kind of thinking like, am I going to do a phrase? Am I just going to use the word focused? I decided to use the phrase one thing at a time and this typewriter. The design part of this is really just having fun, moving things around and making them look good. I don't really know what I'm doing, but as long as the card is pleasing to you, that's what really matters. So I'm just making it look good to me. I like to pull colors out of the actual image. So that's what I'm doing here. I end up using this kind of dull yellow from the typewriter logo, and it ends up really like pulling the whole card together. Now it's time to print. This is a Canon Pixma printer. It prints pretty good for an at-home printer. And there it is, my first reminder card, here to remind me to stop working on 200 things at once. My second goal is generosity, and I know that sounds kind of weird, but basically I want to feel generous because I don't want to continue having a scarcity mindset. For a lot of my life, I've just really struggled with feeling like I have enough, and nothing's really helped as much as being more giving and being more generous. I decided to go with give more than you take. A lot of the images I'm looking at have hands, they're holding something, and this kind of ties into both receiving and giving, and that makes me feel good. I also like food just in general, so I decided to actually go with these two hands that are holding delicious looking little baby tomatoes. I go ahead and I do pretty much the same editing process. I just put the text somewhere where it looks good. I'm using the same font throughout, and it's a free font from defont.com. I really like the phrase, give more than you take. I feel like it really counters the scarcity mindset that there isn't enough, because it reminds you that not only are you giving, but you're also taking. and you're just part of this bigger cycle of giving and receiving. And so it really helps me understand how generosity is not like something I do because I'm so nice, but it's something you do to connect to other people. I think both the image and the text is what makes these reminder cards so powerful. You know, you just have them around you and you look at them and these ideas just come to you and you're like, huh. My last goal is being authentic. To me, it really is important in work and in life. A lot of times I've been not inauthentic, but I've kind of like changed myself to be more successful, or like because I thought I was supposed to be a certain way to be successful, but I've decided it's just like not worth the success for me. And so this is kind of a reminder. This is a reminder I really need to just like stay true to yourself. I want to bring what I have to offer and stop kind of like hiding it away. And part of that is this YouTube channel. And hi. So I ended up with a picture of a mountain for the authenticity one. They're printed on, I think it's called Polar White, the actual paper. And it's 60-pound paper. It's like pretty substantial, but not super heavy. This is my last one. I like the mountain because like mountains don't change. I guess that's why. I don't know. I also grew up around mountains, so it kind of reminds me of like, that person I was when I was a little kid. I didn't even know how to not be true to myself. I'm gonna cry. So I want them to always be visible. So I'm actually gonna put them right here. And so whether I'm typing or looking at my monitor, they're always kind of in the field of vision. Thank you for watching, really. Very few people make it to the end of my videos.